This conference is exciting because you get a very diverse group of urban ag stakeholders, and it's one of the first events that we've seen that's had a large representation from the USDA. And I think it's important to have USDA as well as a wide variety of urban ag stakeholders in the same room, just for educational purposes, sharing of resources. There's folks that are in communities that have been doing urban ag work for decades, right? And so it's important to be able to take the knowledge that those folks bring to the table and use that knowledge to better educate USDA, while at the same time helping communities understand what programs and resources that USDA has available to them.
Virginia Tech's role with NEWAG is primarily supporting the underpinning foundational learning components that are necessary for the NEWAG work to move forward. So we are organizing what we are calling learning exchanges. These are online and in-person dialogue-based educational opportunities for the 17 plus now 10 cooperator teams across the country. And that we have been hosting and really backboning these conversations. So cooperators, urban agriculture farmer leaders, organizations, extension professionals coming together who are in these cooperator organizations who are putting their projects on the ground, coming together to really learn about what's working really well for them and what are some perhaps pinch points that we need to uplift and ensure that our cooperators with the USDA are familiar with, so we can continue the dialogue, continue moving the work forward. And it is that dialogue that is so necessary to really build trust.
I'm U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow, and I'm here because I chair the Senate Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry Committee. And so I've done that for some time now, since 2011. And since that time, I have made expanding and solidifying urban agriculture an important priority for me, to make sure it's a part of farm policy, part of funding through the Farm Bill, and that it's an important economic driver as well as an access for local food.
I'm really hoping to foster a sense of self-determination among people who are doing urban agriculture, and to really see it as being part of the whole liberation movement for Black people in particular, but for humanity in general, and not just to try to fit within the kind of the acceptable boundaries that the corporate system has created for us, but to really look at how we can create a food system and agricultural system which is rooted in equity and justice, and which is really benefiting the people instead of benefiting the corporate sector.
So my name's Brittany Rooney. We're here at Beaverland Farms in Northwest Detroit in the Brightmoor neighborhood. We've been farming here for about 10 years. We grow mostly annual vegetables, but we also do cut flowers, we do some chicken, we do some eggs, and we also do some fruit crops like peaches and pears and apples. I think urban agriculture plays a really important role in the food system. Most people can't have direct access to the food they're eating. They get it at a grocery store or even at a farmer's market, which is important, but it's not quite the same. So to be able to actually visit your farm, especially for a place like Detroit where people don't necessarily have access to a car that can get them out to the rural areas, they can just take a bus into the neighborhood and they're here at a farm, seeing what it looks like, seeing how food's grown. And so I hope that people learn more and can take this to other cities around the U.S.
My name is Mark Covington. I'm founder and director of Georgia Street Community Collective, which is an urban farm community resilience hub on the east side of Detroit. We do not just farming. Of course we grow food, but we also do a number of community events. Environmental justice issues with Detroit Hamtramck Coalition for Advancing Healthy Environments. And most of our events center around kids. So having the tour come here, it benefits us a lot because a lot of people from other cities, other states, and it gets the word out about what we're trying to do. We're always open to volunteers. Hopefully soon we'll have a place for volunteers to come from out of state to stay on site. So hopefully we'll be able to get some good volunteers. There's some donations if you want.
I'm Kyle Carnuta with Cornell Cooperative Extension. We're here as part of the NEWAG initiative. The Cornell Cooperative Extension piece of this project is building an urban agriculture training for USDA employees. That means we've got two main goals. The primary goal of our training is making sure that the folks that take it have a comprehensive, in-depth understanding of just what urban agriculture is, building respect and empathy for urban agriculture as a legitimate form of agriculture, but also that participants of our training walk away knowing how to engage community members who are practicing urban agriculture, building trust between urban agriculture practitioners and the USDA. And this week in Detroit, we're here to start launching the curriculum for the very first time. We're really excited to have our first cohort, which are the CEDs and PTs, or the county executive directors and the program technicians, for the Farm Service Agency in the first 17 urban service centers. I know that's a lot. Will be our first cohort to go through the training this fall or winter. And after they give us feedback as they go through the training as the first cohort, we'll be able to apply that feedback and make another version of the training that will hopefully roll out to the full USDA. So in Detroit, we're just launching that first part of the program with our first cohort.
So we're lucky to be having this experience to bring all of these different stakeholders here in the urban ag food system. And this will be the first time they'll be able to network, share resources. I've been able to meet a lot of amazing, smart, talented individuals. I've been able to actually help producers in the process of connecting resources. And like I said, that's the most important part of connecting everyone here. So it's been a great process, and we're excited to see how the conference goes.
Pretty amazing that we're at this point. I've been in the movement for over 15 years. And to see us at the point where we now have we have Office of Urban Agriculture from the USDA, and we have this national conference to help to guide the work and come together. And this is kind of a good pivotal point for us, I would say. So this is year one. That's exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing what we do in future years.
We're excited because we'll get to host a session tomorrow specifically for urban cooperators, as well as their team members and the partners they work with on their projects. And we're bringing them together in person for the folks who are here at the conference to learn from each other, share successes, challenges, mostly just to be in the same space together, get to know who each other are, for being able to reference and connect and share resources.
At the end of the day, that's what we're here. We're here to really uplift the work and help guide that process, but honestly, trying to get out of the way to let the good work shine and jump in where we can really continue to help facilitate where possible. So yeah, but shout out to Virginia State and Virginia Tech coming together once again through our extension arm, and we're really, really proud of that work. And we're excited to continue the cooperator work, as well as supporting NEWAG as the national conversation in urban agriculture.
We've gotten a lot of support in these initial 27 cities that the USDA is invested in supporting urban agriculture, but there's also opportunities to expand that elsewhere around the country. So we're very excited to have all those stakeholders here in the room. It's exciting to visit the urban farms that we're visiting today, but just our speakers, having Debbie Stabenow here to talk about the work that she's done for decades in building and crafting the Farm Bill, and her playing a very instrumental role in making sure that urban ag is represented in the Farm Bill. And we hope that level of attention, that level of support continues here in the future. So we're very excited about all of that coming together.